Well, hey, gang, Daryl Davis coming here to talk about designing a life worth smiling about. So, I want to talk to you about how to deal with those annoying people. You know, I'm sure you don't have any of those. The real opinionated ones? Listen, I'm reading this thing in HuffPost Arts and Culture. Now, what was interesting about this article, they were saying about how different countries have different cultures, and because of the cultures, those cultures actually create different words to represent certain things that we don't have these words in the United States. Now, hang in with. I'll give you a couple examples and tie it into those opinionated, annoying people in our life. In Italian, for example, culicino. Culicino. It's the mark that's left on a table by a cold glass and the condensation. So you see, the Italians, because they're always drinking, I can say that I'm Italian, they actually have a word for when they leave a ring on the table. In Japanese, they've got a word, komarabi. I probably messed that up, komarabi. And this word is when the sunlight filters through the trees and it interplays between the light and the leaves. Because the Japanese probably appreciate Mother Nature, the connection to the world and the sunlight and the birds, and it's wonderful. They actually have a word for how the sunlight and the leaves connect and filter. We don't have that in the United States. If there's too much sun on my deck, I complain. I can't see. I need an awning from that infomercial. The different culture, different words. In Russia, pochomuchka. Now, pochomuchka, this is a word the Russians use when somebody asks a lot of questions, maybe too many questions. Now, you see, the Russians, because they're probably a little private, a little like, this is none of your business, they got a word just for those people that ask too many questions. In the United States, we don't have it. At best, we have like a sentence, like they're a pain in the... One more for you. In Spain, sobremesa. Now, that probably sounded Italian, because whatever. The Spaniard, here's what this word means, if I said it correctly. It means, Spaniards tend to be a very social bunch, and this is the word that describes the period of time after a meal when you have a food-induced conversation with people you had the meal with. See, we don't have that in the United States. We have food-induced comas. Like Thanksgiving, if we eat too much, we don't want to talk. We want to go move. We'll say, hey, let's go move to the couch and watch football. See, now here's my point. How does this tie into the annoying opinion people? Just like different countries have different cultures, which then creates different language, I say that people that have a different opinion, a different interpretation, see, we'll be more patient with people from different countries because they have different cultures. Well, I suggest that we should have the same patience for somebody that has a different opinion from what we might have, because the fact that they grew up in a different world or different experiences, they have different opinions. It's like they come from a different country. I know some people they feel like they came from a different world. I understand, but if we have a little bit more patience with people's different opinions, because look at it as if they are coming from a different culture, and because of that, they have a different opinion. And if we can kind of keep that up front, perhaps, just perhaps, we'll be a little bit more patient. And if we're a little bit more patient, we'll get a little less frustrated. And if we do this, these are all things that rob us from smiling. So let's be a little bit more patient, be a little bit more understanding, understand the different cultures. We will smile more with these folks. All right, hope this helped you. By the way, I apologize to the United Nations if I insulted any country. Have a wonderful day, and of course, don't forget to keep smiling.